Hey everyone, welcome to the Art of Chelsea. So it has been a good while since I've done a video, so I apologize if my voiceover sucks or my video sucks, a little out of practice. This has been a while in the making. This is a trade with, or collaboration with Claire from Blacksummer Colouring, and she created ACO April in April, and it was a lot of fun. If you follow me over on Instagram, you got to see what I created. And when Mermaid came along, we decided to trade line art and each color the other's line art. And this is the result of that. It was pushed back just due to life and personal reasons. And we are both finally getting to share this with you guys. And, you know, the bonus is that it's kind of just before ACO August launching, just because April was so much fun. So if you want to learn more about ATCs and ACOs and all of that, Claire has a whole bunch of videos, so I highly recommend going and checking out her videos on all of that. So this comes with a bit of an unfortunate story, just in that Claire sent me her line art along with a trade that we had did from our art in April, and I was so excited to get it, and I put it away in a very special place that I wouldn't lose it. And when the time came for me to actually color the card, that, you know, I would know exactly where it was and it would be perfect and nothing bad would happen. Well, as these things normally go, I couldn't find it. I freaked out. I spent hours searching in my house and I couldn't find the letter that she had sent me that contained the original line art. So just luckily for me, Claire's very sweet and she had scanned this, you know, and was, you know, very understanding, and she sent me over the scan, so I was able to print it out on my Bristol board and still be able to finish this collaboration without much hassle. So I really appreciate that, Claire. And, you know, I'm kind of just telling everybody this just as a, you know, sometimes things don't go as planned, and, you know, it's always good to just be like honest and open communication with other people that you might be collaborating with. Just because we all understand that, you know, lifetime sometimes happens. But so she is coloring my line art, and I actually sent her two different ones. And so I'm very interested to see which she chose, if she colored both of them, if we're going to get to see both of them or just one of them, what she did. I'm very excited because we haven't shown each other the finished results. So onto the piece that you actually have been watching me color. I love Claire's mermaids because they're so unique and they're not like the normal Ariel type mermaids typically, which is more where I tend to go. But she has, like, I guess it's like coral hair is kind of what it reminded me of, and I don't have a lot of markers. Of the ones I've tried, you know, Copics are definitely the best. I don't, you know, there's not too much argument with that, but I only have like more fleshy tones of those, and then I still have my hashtag coloring ones that I got forever ago, and most of them are just crap, but a few of them still have, you know, ink. And that's like my card over on the left. I was kind of testing to see what colors I had that actually still like produce color. And so it's like, you know, I'm going to stick in the blue wheelhouse and a little purple and a little pink, and to get it to all like fade together. This was actually something pretty different for me because I tend to color pretty light. So to have to do her skin tone as like this seemingly dark blue at the moment, and having that be my light color was pretty crazy for me. It's something I've never really done, so that was kind of neat. But it's just I had progressively darker blues, as you'll see, and so I was like, all right, this is my light, and I'm gonna go with it. I had a lot of fun with the coral just because that's a little closer to what I'm used to. You know, we're gonna start with a really traditionally light color and darken it as we go. So I enjoyed that part. I also did a few quick, just like thumbnail things to kind of figure out how I was going to do this. But, I lay down my first color, and then I lay down my second color, and then I go back to the first color and go over it. And with alcohol markers, you have to be kind of quick so that you can get them when they're still kind of wet, and you can push, I guess that's what you're doing, push the ink around. Just a side note, because it's getting ready to transition. I don't know why I was recording from so far away. I guess I'm just dumb. And at this point, I was like, I should really zoom in because this is such a itty bitty card. Artist trading cards, or artist cards editions and originals, ACOs, they're 2.5 by 3.5. And the idea is to have an original piece of art from maybe an artist that you really like, but you can't afford to buy 8 by 10 or 11 by 14, or I do street art, so a lot of my stuff is, one, only temporary, but two, it's not like 10 by 10 inches, it's 10 by 10 feet. So this is kind of a cool, what I like about the ATCs is that they're much quicker to do. Instead of spending 8 hours on a piece, I'm spending about 30 minutes. Some of them, depending on the medium, do still take 8 hours if you're going to be ridiculous, like I was with some of my pieces in April. But for the most part, you can still get really beautiful, awesome things at a much smaller, quicker scale. And I don't know why I got off on that tangent, but all right. So I colored in her skin. I added a little bit of texture, and now with an even darker blue, I'm going in and doing the water in the background. And this was, luckily, and I've never really utilized them before, but this particular marker had a fine tip, and a brush instead of a chisel and a brush, or chisel and a fine, how they're all different. But I actually utilized the fine tip on this so that I could get in all these really small spaces, which is not something I normally do. Overall, I think, so I recently heard that the hashtag coloring rebranded. They're sold at Michael's and, maybe other places, I don't know. But they rebranded, they have a different name. I actually hear they have a different formula, which is good because you really only got a few uses out of them, and over time there was like a weird buildup on the brush tips, which I hear is fixed. I haven't really looked into it too much. I would buy these again just because I really enjoy alcohol markers, but I can't afford to just, continue buying the expensive ones. And it's really good for like filler color, in the sense of, like I have my skin tones in the Copics, and, maybe I only have a green or a blue in hashtag coloring. And it allows me to still get something done, but without needing every single color in one brand. So, they're still useful. I'm thinking about picking up some more. I've also been wanting to try like the Blick alcohol markers, and I know there's a few other brands out there. So once I besides the eyes, got rid of all of the color and background, that's when you really start seeing like, oh yeah, that blue doesn't look as dark now that you have this other dark blue. And then I had even one shade darker of dark blue, and I added that in just to kind of give it a little bit more depth in the background. And then afterwards, I, kind of did a few small silhouettes of other mermaids floating around in the background or swimming around. But it's such a small scale, it's hard to do. The only thing on this that was really stumping me were the eyes. And if I ever find the original line art, I will definitely recolor this, because I love it. And, I'm pretty happy with the coloring overall, but I might think about the eyes some more, just because, and you'll see in a second, I feel like it comes off just a little creepy. But, you know, still, and, you know, maybe that just adds to the style of the mermaid in and of itself, is that she's not like a typical mermaid. She's almost like, it reminds me almost of the Harry Potter mermaids, where it's just like, all right, but you're here to help, kind of, maybe. I mean, they were still kind of mean in the movies, but, you know, they're cooperating with the challenge. So I just feel like, you know, she's like, what's up? I haven't decided to kill you yet, but, you know, it's not, we're just going to table that thought for a second. I'm going to see what you want. But I really like the idea of the coral being like a camouflage element, and maybe they all live in the coral, and, you know, their hair and hands and features, you know, maybe they have pink coral-like tails too, help them disguise. So adding in a little bit of highlights with a white gel pen right now, and at this moment I'm like, oh man, what do I do to make me not hate these eyes as much? That's what I'm thinking right now, as I'm like adding a whole bunch of white dots everywhere, just to trying to add some more depth and dimension and little details to this. And then I'm gonna go back in with a micron pen and just add back in eyelashes that don't exist, or, you know, an upper eyelid, since for some reason I went over it in white. I don't know why I did that. But then that was pretty much it. Like I said, I'm still getting back into video editing, and I have a Adobe Premiere Pro, and I had figured out how to utilize it like last month or the month before, but because I haven't edited in a video in over a month, I'm like, oh no, how do I do all of these things? So you know, I managed to figure out how to speed up this video, although it's still kind of long, but I couldn't quite figure out how to trim everything how I wanted, so just, you know, bear with me on that, and make sure to go check out Claire's video of her coloring my card. She is much better at all of the video and voiceover and all of that, so I'm really excited to watch what she had. You know, let her know and let me know if you liked it. If you came over from Claire's channel, hi. And yeah, that's it. You know, I always hope to do more videos, but life always gets in the way. So I can't tell you that there's going to be another video next week, but there might be. It might also be 3 more months. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.